When it comes to getting your products to rank on TBT or really any online platform for that matter, one of the most important things to have is good reviews. So we're going to talk in this video about how to get more reviews, how to encourage reviews, and all that good stuff. Now, disclaimer, you don't actually have control over whether or not someone writes a review, so do be aware of that. Even though you can implement these tips that will help you to get more reviews, you still can't like directly make someone leave you a review. So go through these tips, take the tips, go for them, but don't get super stressed out about whether people are actually leaving reviews or not. Specifically because I have seen people who are like, I have a product and it has, you know, 10 purchases and nobody's left me a review. That's normal. Most people are not going to review your product, so don't stress if you don't have a lot of people reviewing your products. But if you want to get a few more reviews, here are some ways that you can do it. Now, this video is an exercise in doing what your audience wants you to do and not necessarily what you want to do, because honestly, usually when people ask me, Becca, how can I get more reviews? I tell them, honestly, there's so many other places that you can be putting your focus and your thoughts in order to, you know, do better in your business. Because again, you don't control whether someone leaves a review or not. So there's so many other places that you can put your efforts that will actually make a bigger difference in your sales. That being said, I wanted to make a different video, and so I had 3 different ideas about review videos, and so I gave them to you and I said, which one of these do you want to see? And this is the one everybody asked for. So it's okay. Just a reminder, always check with your audience to see what they want to see, because it's not necessarily what you want to talk about. That being said, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 quick tips to help you get a few more reviews, and then a couple of things to remember, so don't leave until the very end of the video. I do want to mention a lot of these are going to be talking about the TBT credits system. So if you are not aware, if you go and leave reviews on paid resources that you paid for, then you can actually get credits towards future sales. And so it's like, you know, however many cents off, and after you've done quite a few reviews, then it will leave a good chunk of your order off, which is really great. So a lot of these things are going to be kind of based off of that. So number 1 is in your listings, you can remind people to leave a review. So in your description, maybe down at the bottom, I would say, just have a little paragraph that says, hey, by the way, make sure that if you love this product that you leave a review, and you can also tell people about that TBT credit system. What happens is, as people are reading their description, your description, kind of to decide if they want to buy your product or not, they'll read that, and even if they don't, you know, immediately go leave reviews on everything they've ever purchased, they'll see it and then they'll be like, oh cool, I can, you know, get TBT listings, TBT credits. And so later on they might go back, or they might go leave reviews on everything they've purchased in order to get yours for cheaper. Now, that is one way that you can do that, is just to put it in your listings. For this, you can just do a simple like copy and paste in everyone, and I would make sure you mention that credit system to, you know, make sure that people are doing it. And by the way, before you ask, no, if they use their credits, it does not change how much you get paid. I think it comes out of TBT's spot, because I have never seen a difference in my orders, unless nobody who has ever purchased from me has used them. But that seems unlikely. All right, number 2 is to put it in your resource. Honestly, all of these are just going to be reminding people. So there you go. But number 2 is you can put it in your resource. So you are hopefully already making a terms of use page, which basically just says, hey, this is my product, you're welcome to use it, don't share it, don't sell it, all of that kind of stuff, just so people are aware, you know, hey, I made this, I spent my time, and that's why you had to pay for it. Other people have to pay for it too. But you're probably already doing your terms of use page. So on that page or on a separate page, you can also throw in a, hey, by the way, did you know that you can earn TBT credits if you leave reviews? And just remind people, because the more you remind people, the more likely they are to actually leave a review. Because again, most people are not going to leave a review, but the more you remind them, the more likely they are to actually do it. So put it in your description, in your listing, and then also put it in your product. So you can do that in your terms of use page. If you have like an about page or a how to use this resource page, you could put it in there as well. All right, number 3 is a little more of a roundabout way. If you are looking to get more reviews, answer your reviews. So on TPT, you can reply to reviews. You don't have to do this. And if you're getting a lot of reviews, I wouldn't bother. And even I honestly don't reply to many of them. And the ones I do reply are ones that are like actually heartfelt, not just like great resource. Cause like, what am I supposed to say? Like, thanks. Okay, but you can reply to people's reviews, and I believe it gives them an email. I apparently have never had anyone reply to my reviews before because I don't know how this works. But what I've heard is that it sends them an email that says, you know, what your reply is. So that is one way that you can get more reviews. And if you're like, Becca, how does that get me more reviews? Well, if you are replying to reviews, then someone who left you a review is now going to be more likely to leave another review in the future. Also, if people see that you're replying to reviews, then they're going to be like, oh, cool, this person reads my reviews, so I should put one in there. I will also say it is especially important, this isn't about getting more reviews, but it's especially important to reply to negative reviews. Because if someone is going to your resource and they're trying to decide whether or not to purchase it and they see a negative review, if you can answer and kind of dispel any issues that there were, that's going to make that person, you know, a little more likely to buy. So think they're like, oh no, that's a bad review, that doesn't seem good. But then they see your reply and then they might be like, oh, okay. Because sometimes people will leave reviews and they're like, oh, something's misspelled. And then you can say, oh, I fixed it. Or they might say, you know, oh, I didn't have, you know, I thought there were gonna be more pages, or I thought this, or I thought that. And so you can reply and, you know, just kind of put the rumor to bed basically, or like, here's some helpful suggestions for if you can't get your Google Drive one to work, or, you know, different things like that. If you're replying to reviews, that will send an email to the people who left the review, so they now know, okay, they listened to their reviews, they actually pay attention. And it will show other people that you do reply to your reviews, you do read them, so there's another reason they should, you know, leave a review, because why would they leave a review if you're not gonna read it? All right, and number 4 is you can remind your audience members in social media, in email lists, in all of those places, wherever you talk to people, that they can leave a review to get store credit, especially around a sale. So if you're like, hey, there's a TPT sale coming up tomorrow because we don't want to advertise them too early, you can say, hey, there's a TPT sale tomorrow. What you can do to prep for the sale is you can, you know, put things in your wish list and you can do reviews on your TPT products that you have purchased in the past. Hypothetically, if someone's following you on Instagram or if they're on your email list, they've probably purchased something from you, so you can, you know, get a little bit more out of that. And I'm gonna give you a bonus number 5. I didn't write this down, but I just thought about it. And that is that if you have any kind of content as far as like reels on Instagram or videos on Facebook or YouTube videos or blog posts or any of that kind of stuff, you can also do, you know, a post. You could do a post be like, how to get free resources on TPT, or something along those lines that encourages people and teaches them that if they do leave a review, then they get those TPT credits. So that would also be a really great way to get more reviews, but especially right around a sale, or if you kind of promote it like the week before the sale, so it gives them plenty of time to work on it, but don't tell them about the sale until it's really close. So there's 5 ways that you can get more reviews on your TPT products. Now, don't leave yet, because I have a couple more things to say about this, and they're very, very, very important. So number 1 is, again, do not stress if you don't have a lot of reviews, especially on free resources. I've seen this one in the Facebook groups a lot. People are like, you know, I have this free resource and it has all these downloads and no one's left a review. And I'm like, because it's free. Like, I don't need to read a review on a free resource because like it's free. I can just download it, and if I don't like it, I don't have to use it. So that's very normal. And again, not everyone's gonna leave a review. Think about how many things that you've purchased online, how many of them have you actually left a review for? Probably not that many. And so just be aware, like it's not gonna be every single person who purchases your stuff. It's gonna be very rare, so don't stress about it, because again, you can implement these tips, but you can't actually be like, leave me a review. You're not gonna be able to like get in people's faces or anything like that. So just do the tips. And along with that, instead of focusing on what you can't control, which is, you know, more reviews, focus on what you can control, which would be things like how many products you make, how good your products are, what your listings look like, how good your descriptions are, if you have previews, you know, your product photography. Like, focus on those things that you actually can do that actually make a difference, that are things that you, again, you can do them. They're things you can do, instead of, you know, hoping that somebody is leaving a review. So instead of wasting time stressing about that, I want you to put your time into things that are actually going to move the needle forward. And then if you get a review, great. And if not, it's okay. Don't stress about it. All right, guys, that's all that I have for today. We do have more review videos coming out, so we'll talk more about like what to do if you have a bad review, or how to avoid bad reviews later on. If you're interested in seeing those, definitely hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comments which one sounds good to you. And I will see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching, and bye.